Good morning. Walking here from the hotel this morning, I met this father, this daddy, and his little girl, and she was carrying a small bouquet of flowers. And we saw so many flowers last night. People, there were flowers all over. So I'm a very nosy person. I'm actually a journalist. So I dared to say to the father, "Excuse me, do you speak English?" He spoke fluently. And I said, "Can I ask you why are the children carrying flowers today?" And he said, "Oh, it's because it's their first day at school. So they bring flowers." From a Western point of view, it may sound very strange. I'm trying to get rid of it. And I thought, oh no, being a teacher today, with all the kids coming in with flowers, what's a beautiful feeling. So I thought we should bring a gift. This is our first day at school. So I thought we should bring a gift to the teacher, not flowers, but we brought you a pair of rubber boots.
Well, I'll take over from here, and I say thank you for having us on behalf of I and my colleagues. We would like to present the concept Escape, which are a multidisciplinary collaboration between archaeology, art, and tourism. And we are three presenters, and we are from Denmark and the municipality of Skanderborg, the Danish Lakeland, a small site. And I, myself, is Nina Bangsbo-Dissing, the project manager, but also representing the art perspective and the art council.
And the public.
And the public.
Yes. My name is Lene Høst Madsen. I'm the director of Museum Skanderborg. And Museum Skanderborg is a lot of things. It's 5 museums. It's an archaeological service for the area. And it's 5 archives as well. So there's a broad variety of different sites and different perspectives in the area. But actually in this project, I think it's not the most important right now. I think we'll go back to tourism.
Righto. Thank you. As Lena just said, we're a small destination, a rural destination, and to cut it very short, my task is obviously to create growth in the tourism. We do it from an outdoor perspective. We work a lot open door because we are the Lake District. And you will realize how all this fits perfectly into new tourism strategies. We were born, the 3 of us, by the cultural capital of Aarhus. I suppose you've heard about it. It's coming up now, next year. We're working very hard on a lot of different projects. But we were brought together, and the cultural capital created the room and the time and the opportunity for us to spend some time together. And we realized that as archaeologists, art councillors, municipality, and tourism, we had a shared wish. We had a wish of storytelling in new ways. We had a wish to dare and to share. We had a shared vision of creating growth in all sectors for all the stakeholders in this project to add value. And we realized that we had a mutual respect. And that is ever so important, as we just talked about vocabulary. It's ever so important that we work on equal terms, the 3 of us. And we realized, and that's very important, that we had the will to overcome the challenges of being different. Different goals, different strategies, different economies, different organizations. But we had the time to find out that we were willing to overcome these challenges. And we managed to define Escape as always having three elements. Obviously, that's why we're here, the excavations, the art in situ, and the audience and visitors. These three are the core elements of Escape. Up till now, we have done different projects. You'll learn more about them in a second. Escape is to be continued. New projects are coming up. I think that will do it for now. Let's see.
Modern rescue archaeology is all about taking things away from the site to make way for the developer. And in that way, you sort of take the energy out of the site. Escape is all about trying to get the energy back to the sites and back to the people.
From an art perspective, this concept is very interesting. For artists to tell their stories in the landscape in a non-verbal language for people to interpret. The idea of combining art, archaeology and tourism in one project in the landscape is very important for the municipality, and it brings value to the landscape, the sites and also to the people who live there.
In the tourism business, we know about storytelling and branding. And that's how we can contribute to Escape. And obviously, at the end of the day, it's my hope that Escape could be a reason to go.
Yes, we would like to Escape to be a reason to go, because we define cultural tourism as cultural experiences, sometimes unexpected experiences, is a motive for people to go to a certain destination. And we know these are Danish findings, but I think it goes internationally, that two primary elements in cultural tourism is the heritage and the modern art. Here we are. We know that 7, maybe 8 out of 10 cultural tourists in Denmark, they have visited either a monument, a historical building, an excavation, a monument, whatever. It's quite a figure. We know that in our part of Jutland, I don't know how familiar you are with the Danish geography, but we're in the middle of Jutland, the peninsula. Almost half of the tourists are cultural tourists, and there is a potential for more. There is also a focus on collaboration between cultural institutions and tourism. We were talking about how we organize tourism, and this focus is definitely very regional, because I do agree that the regional tourist organizations are very important in forming the strategies. So I see a new focus on this collaboration. I also see that the cultural tourists are spenders. They seem to be better spenders than quite some other tourists, so that makes it even more interesting. We see that internationally, cultural tourism is growing. We talked about it in the work program yesterday. And that here there also seems to be a focus on the authentic and the unique experience. Just look upon yourself as tourists, not only as archaeologists, but isn't that what makes us happy? Mm-hmm. The authentic, the thing that is based on the place where you are, and maybe even the stories told through people who live there, and the unique, the surprises. The surprises experiences are always the long-lasting one. So, the local, the unexpected. Yes, we've talked a lot about stakeholders already, and obviously we have a lot of stakeholders, and it may not all be mentioned here, but we're very much aware of taking good care of all the stakeholders and trying to, in the best way, have a dialogue with all of them. In here is Escape. The triangle dealing with Escape, and then we have the locals, the children, the European Capital Awards, and the local business. The locals have been involved in creating the projects in Escape. The local children have been artists, they've been taking part in the project. A few words on my home ground, the latest, where we had lots of kids involved in creating the pieces of art, and we had local businesses involved. We had local food. We had the bakery introducing their ideas of how bread was made in the Iron Ages. We have the water, the Escape water. We do, Nina will show you later, or even give you a little gift, as to how we have introduced this project.
It's just also the sponsorship for the landowner.
I'll come back. Yeah.
Okay.
Because what we look a lot into is obviously the value chain. We call it the value chain, and we want the heritage to become an equal part of the value chain. Speaking about the locals, there are local businesses like the bus company, the hotels, the restaurants, the beer producer, also very important for the branding of the project, and here at the museum, and an example of the excavations, or that was earlier the excavations. Obviously the events, the local events are very, very important parts of the value chain. Nina just mentioned, speaking about the locals, the landowner. The project that I just mentioned, we don't have time to go deeper into it, was in a newly developed area, and the landowner turned out to be extremely positive, because Lena convinced him that the cultural heritage and the fact that we have to do these excavations actually was a resource for him and for the area. So now, ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the sponsors of Escape. We've been into a lot of branding. Just one word, this guy is the cultural minister of Denmark. He came to the opening of the last project of Escape, which of course is a very, very great value. A lot of media, a lot of print, a lot of digital. We work very continuously with our Facebook site. We've only got a few minutes, so I'm rushing on to future ways and perspectives. This is just a poetic Escape sentence, but much more is to come. One of the things is the Oak Abbey, which I believe has a great potential to become a very, very superb tourist attraction. So that's why Nina.
Yeah, as you said, more projects is to come, and one of them is at the Abbey, where we have invited the French artist Olivier Grossetet to come in May to rebuild the walls of the castle, which was torn down in 1536 after the Reformation. So he's going to rebuild the abbey, or walls of the abbey, with the local communities for 1 week, 20 meters high. You can see it from the landscape. Another project is from a warrior grave in an area where they built houses now again, and we're gonna try to get to life the warrior, the horse riding through the landscape. Also involves an artist called Kate Skjerning. So that is projects to come under the Escape collaboration. But but the bottom line, now Marianne have told about the tourism perspective also, but both tourism, art and archaeology for sure benefits from this multidisciplinary collaboration. Thank you.